Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
You're too colorful. You're blanking out.
Oh man, never mind. I gotta change it.
No, you can stay like that. Well, I mean, you could not do the background now, and then you'd be fine.
Yeah, let me change the background. Hold on.
Yeah. Maybe we should get green screens.
I am. I'm gonna order it today.
Me too then.
I'm committed, bro.
So, Sub-Zero. No, you're Scorpion.
Hey, what the hell? Yours is just a headband.
Huh? Who am I?
Oh, yeah, you're Liu Kang.
Yeah, that was my favorite. The first one.
Yeah, I would have been Sub-Zero if
What?
I made it.
What's good? What's good, fam? We here for our Adobros review. That's what re is. So one of them is for review, and we are reviewing the smash hit just released, Mortal Kombat 2021 edition. And as you can see, we are decked out for this one. So we might make this a normal thing depending on what movies we're reviewing. So comment below if we lived up to the expectations of your favorite Mortal Kombat characters. I'm not giving you props until I see a little thing come out your hand.
Okay.
All right. So we're talking Mortal Kombat 2021 edition in theaters or on HBO Max. HBO Max, hit us up. Another streaming service we could use a sponsorship from, but you can watch it several different formats. Go out and watch this because it is a very good movie. But I think, is it your synopsis or my synopsis?
You.
It's my synopsis. Okay, so this Mortal Kombat is just like any other Mortal Kombat kind of story. So we have the Earth Realm and we have the champions of the Earth Realm, but they are on their 9th. Oh no, they're on the 10th. The 10th tournament, which means if I forget which realm he was. My bad.
How dare you?
Yeah, I know.
So there's Outer Realm, Outer World, or Nether Realm.
Nether Realm. No. Outer Realm.
What are you talking about?
Shang Tsung.
He's from the Outer World.
Yeah, so the Outer World, Shang Tsung, he's got his champions, and he's won 9 times. And if he wins this time, he takes over the Earth Realm. Okay, and this movie synopsis stars Cole Young, who is a new character. I have never seen him in Mortal Kombat, the video game, but it's based around him being the ancestor of Scorpion. Now, rewind. If you know HBO Max, during this week they released the first 7 minutes of this movie, in which kind of sets up this story where Bihan and Hanzo, which is Bihan is Sub-Zero and Hanzo is Scorpion, kind of Bihan already had like the ice thing, but he was still kind of learning it. Like you could see kind of his amateurness with his frozen powers, and Hanzo becomes Scorpion, but he doesn't really have like the thing that comes out of his hand or anything like that. He makes that out of like a garden tool. Anyways, there's some kind of beef going on where Bihan is trying to find him, and we'll talk about kind of my view of that a little bit later. But he ends up killing his whole family. Spoiler alert! Ends up killing his whole family. Hanzo comes back, tries to fight everybody, ends up dying, and then burning away and going into the, I don't know, hell realm or hell. It's like hell purgatory. He's like chilling. He's not fully in hell, but he is kind of in hell. Anyways, and then fast forward, now you meet Cole Young, who is an MMA dude who gets his butt whooped like constantly, I guess, and he's only fighting for $200. But he has like the mark of this dragon, which means you are part of the tournament. Like I said, we're on tournament number 10, and if Earth loses, Shang Tsung takes over, and so that's where we are. And Raiden is gathering up all the champions on Earth, which include Cole, who, like I said, is not in Mortal Kombat games. Kano, who we find out got his from killing another champion. Jax, who is not, middle arm Jax yet. Liu Kang, who's the dude with the hat?
Kung Lao.
I don't remember.
Remember he was Kung Pao?
Yeah, Kung Lao. And well, Sonya Blade is there, but she's not really a champion, and that's a different story too. Which we'll talk about that later. Anyways, so they get together. Now Shang Tsung is trying to kill all the champions before the tournament, just so he knows he won already. And Raiden is trying to prevent that and train these new champions to fight and win. And they need to discover their inner powers. And then it turns out that Kano backstabs. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Kano backstabs the Earth champions because he's all about his money, and he's like, if I go with Shang Tsung, I could rule part of Earth. And so then there's a fight. Spoiler alert, we lose Kung Lao, which probably the dopest fighter out of all of them. And then Cole, who has a block and can't discover his inner power, gets sent home. Then he discovers his inner power. Then he comes back. Raiden knew it all along. That's all he needed, was to see his family. Now he has his power. Yeah, they fight. They fight. They fight.
You mean in combat?
Yeah, the champions of Earth and Shang Tsung's champions, they fight, and then people die, and there's a ultimate battle at the end between Sub-Zero and who is Hanzo, who now becomes Scorpion because he's back from hell. And there's the movie. I feel like that was a lot more than I should have gave you.
Yeah. You should have stuck with the synopsis that the theaters give.
Obviously, at close to the end of the movie, they Mortal Kombat. So that's the synopsis of basically what happens in the movie. Please go watch it, whether you have HBO Max or you go to a theater.
It's good.
So heads up, I watched it on HBO Max for this purpose. Not that I didn't want to see it. I wanted to see it, and we were going to do a review, so I watched it on HBO Max. My son's friend's dad rented out the whole theater here in San Diego to watch Mortal Kombat. And so I am going to go see it a second time, but now in the movie theater with my son. Yeah.
He's that much of a fan, or is it for a birthday party or what?
No, he's that much of a fan of Mortal Kombat.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, I met him twice. We are cool with each other. I met him twice. We laugh and joke, but it's not like we're like hang out on the weekend buddies, but I like him. And the fact that he was like, do you want to go? And I was like, can I bring my older son too? And he's like, yeah, I got 3 spots for you, bro. I was like,
nice,
let's do this. And so I will happily watch this movie again in the movie theaters, because this is okay. So now, in my opinion, this is a movie you go to the movie theater for. Now with all this COVID thing, obviously it would still been safer to, watch it at home on HBO Max. But this is the reason I feel like these are the movies why movie theaters exist, is movies like Mortal Kombat.
Agree. And I think, right, as a OG liquor store Mortal Kombat fan, they did it good. They did the series good. I remember watching the very first one on a bootleg VHS that my homeboy had to take from me because his pops had a scrambler. You remember those old school cable scramblers?
Yeah.
Am I muffled? Do I sound weird?
You're a little muffled, but it's the character. I mean, that's the character sound muffled in the movie too. I can't see you at all. No. You didn't cover your eyes. You covered my eyes.
All right, check this out. Hey, so I remember begging this dude. I grabbed some blank VHS and I was like, hey, could you just record it for me?
You don't
And
have
that
to
fool-
do that, bro.
That that fool took like, I would say like 2 to 3 weeks, right? So then I finally had to go to his pad and be like, yo, come on, man, let's do it. So I had to record it myself. I had to time it back in the day. But I was hella hyped. I watched it like 6 million times on that VHS. But then I was in high school when the second one came out, and I actually paid for me and my girl at the time to go watch it. And like from the get-go,
Ooh, Connie, I'm telling.
it was Connie.
Oh,
No,
never mind.
she's like, I don't remember that. But
Never seen no Mortal Kombat.
but within like the first 10, 15 minutes of the second one, I was like, yo, because the first one was dope for the time and even now.
Okay, well, let's go back to that. Okay, so this is a reboot.
Right.
Or remake.
They did a great job.
No, remake. It's a remake. It's a remake. They're not rebooting it. This doesn't take place after the other Mortal Kombat. This is a whole new set of movies.
I thought reboot means like you actually take something that's well known and redo it.
No. Reboot is like you're taking the story where it left off and you're starting it up again.
I thought that was a sequel, fool.
No. Because like, so if they did a new Back to the Future right now, that would be a reboot. Like the new Ghostbusters, that's a reboot because technically that's supposed to be one of the Ghostbusters kids.
Got you. Okay,
yeah, so that's a reboot. So a remake is take the story like the Rock Jumanji movies. That's a reboot because technically it's supposed to be after the original Jumanji.
Right.
But a remake would be like they completely redo the story. Like Robin Williams never existed.
This is a remake. Yes.
This is a remake. This is a whole new, this is like a whole new story to the Mortal Kombat franchise. And I agree with you. So back to the 90s version of Mortal Kombat. First off, Mortal Kombat, if you don't know, it's a great fighting game. When it came out, it was controversial because first off, it was only an arcade to start off. And when you would punch or kick somebody, blood would just go squirting everywhere. But if you look at it nowadays, that's really crappy graphics. But back then, that's what we had.
I love it.
Yeah. So, and then once you get to when you finally beat your opponent, he's like sitting there dazed like this.
Do it again.
And then you have these what are called fatalities where you like rip the dude's head off with the spine, or you punch him so hard he flies up and then goes down into hell and like gets spikes through him and he catches on fire. And so very controversial game, right? Parents were like, we're promoting violence. And first off, it's like, well, yeah, I'm never gonna uppercut someone so high that they go up and then fall down into hell. So I don't know what you're talking about here. It's video games.
And it's also controversial because it was, I think, the first one to actually use live capture of
like motion live capture for fighting.
Yeah, but imagine like maybe remember that game Time Killers? It had a similar or Eternal Champions where there was a finishing move in the end, but it wasn't rendered to be real people. It was like
it was like polygon or whatever it was. No. Okay. And then obviously back in the day, the target for arcade games was make it a console, right? And so it came out on console. It came out first on the Sega Genesis. The 3-button Sega Genesis, not the 6-button Genesis. So that's how early it was in video games. To top that off, when you bought the game, because of all the controversy about the realism and the blood, when you first bought the game, it didn't come with blood. There was no blood splatter or anything. There's an actual cheat code that you would have to do to get the blood to go on. And then eventually the next, I think it was like Ultimate Edition or the next edition of it had a setting where you could turn it on and off in the settings. But the first edition, you had actually to like do like the Contra cheat code to get the blood to show up.
Yeah.
Otherwise it didn't do it. Yeah. And so then they made a movie about it, which I don't want to say whitewashed. Raiden was supposed to be an Asian dude, but then some white dude played it in the original 90s movie.
Well, not really. You didn't know because in the game he had the hat. And
it was a Chinaman's hat. But it was a Chinaman hat.
Why does it have to be a Chinaman hat?
Well, because that's where it originated from. I'm not being racist. That's the history of the hat.
So only Chinaman can wear the Chinaman hat?
It's racial. What is it? It's a
ambiguous.
Ambiguous. What did they accuse Bruno Mars of?
Being awesome.
Yeah, well, Bruno Mars is awesome. But no, they accuse him of what is it when you steal someone else's?
Oh, appropriation.
Yeah, no, not appropriate.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's culture vulture is like
Yeah, culture vulture or whatever it is.
yeah.
They accuse Bruno Mars of being a culture vulture. But anyways,
Right.
eh, a white man wearing a Chinaman's hat is cultural appropriation.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think so? It wasn't before.
It wasn't before. Okay, nowadays it would be considered it.
So peep this, right? Remember the movie The Last Samurai?
Yeah,
That was Tom Cruise, right? So
that's cultural appropriation.
Now,
But in the book, in the story of The Last Samurai, he wasn't white.
Just now. Like
No,
before,
no,
I think it made it doper that he wasn't a Japanese cat.
The book, The Last Samurai, that movie was based on. He wasn't a white man.
You read it?
Yeah, he wasn't a white man.
I didn't read it.
Yeah, he was a Japanese guy. He was Japanese.
And then remember the Mexican?
No. Anyways,
misleading ass title.
Cut. We're gonna cut this up.
Don't cut. No, do it.
Anyways, the 90s movie had, I forget his name, but he was the Highlander, as rated.
Okay.
Liu Kang, Sonya Blade, Johnny Cage, Shang Tsung, Kano, and
Princess
Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Yep, Princess Katana.
Yeah.
They even had Reptile in there.
Yeah.
And Goro.
Was that the first one? Goro was in the first one, but was Reptile in the first one?
Yes. Remember when Liu Kang was looking for Princess Katana in the dungeon area, and then he sprayed her he sprayed him.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah. So they had so it was and for a 90s movie, that first one was actually pretty dope.
It was great.
Yeah. Now if you go back and watch it, you're like, man, well, this is kind of
it's still great.
Floaty.
Hey, I watched it the other day with my son, and the level of attention they put in on that compared to the second one. Even my son,
I don't even want to consider the second one we even talk about on this one.
Just so don't even talk about. Okay,
yeah, because it's garbage. It was like it's like them when they made Street Fighter. It was just a money grab.
Wait, hold on though. I did watch Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme in the movie theaters in Plaza Bonita.
I get it, but it was just a money grab. It was
that one wasn't. That one I think before they didn't know that you can make franchises out of
no 100%, and that's the whole 90s. The whole 90s was like
so just try to put the whole thing on there. Boom.
Yeah,
the whole 2 hours.
Boom. Yeah, let's do a two. No, movies in the 90s were like hour and a half, but let's make a movie. It'd be the only one, unless it makes $100 million. Then we're doing a second one, and we'll figure that out when we get there. It wasn't like MCU now where they're like, okay, we're gonna start with Iron Man, but we're gonna end with a whole bunch of Avengers.
It's all science, like phase one. Phase two.
They didn't do that back in the 90s. They were like, let's throw something at the wall and see if it sticks.
But the thing that I'm gonna give credit to the 90s is they actually took risks. Now it seems like it's either a remake, you said it, reboot. There's not a lot of original stuff coming out.
I agree to a point. It's hard. It's harder to be original. Because a lot of the undertones of movies have already been done. Because so like if you make a chosen one story, it's been redone, right? Highlander, the one with Jet Li, The Matrix, like it's been never done. So no matter what your story is, if it's about being the chosen one, it's going to be compared to something that was done before.
So you're comparing this to the Highlander because in the Highlander you get their powers.
No,
if you were to chop their head off. You know
no, I mean, so some of that, right? Some of that is relating to movies that have been in the past. Hold on, I have another coffee here. I need to drink. Maybe that's why I drink so much water.
Yeah, we're gonna start a hashtag Chris stop drinking during the podcast.
No, it's not gonna happen. That's my go-to. I need something to drink. But
what was your aha or awesome? Like that was awesome moment.
The first 7 minutes, the first scene, the first story of Bihan versus Hanzo.
Or their history, right?
Yeah, well, just in general, it was the fact that you're starting the story off with a history, right? I want to know more. I want. Why was Bihan looking for Hanzo? How did he seek him out specifically? Because if you go to the storyline of this Mortal Kombat, there were multiple champions, right?
Yeah, but Raiden kind of put it out there that in that time, Hanzo was the number one.
The number one. But so
Yeah.
did Bihan kill other ones? Did he seek out other ones? No, because obviously we have more champions. So that's what I'm saying. Like if you did a Mortal Kombat prequel, like a Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero origin story on how he got to where he was, I'm all for it.
It was implied that
no, I know.
two different
I get
clans.
it. I get it. I get it.
And,
but what I'm saying is
kill each other.
I get it. Well, okay. So on that, hold on. So my favorite, I was hooked from the first scene. Like there's a backstory there. It's not just people fighting. You don't just jump right into a tournament with people, punching each other in the face. Like, I was all for it from that first scene. Right?
Did you play any of the games?
Yeah, and we actually have the 11?
Okay,
yeah, 11?
So
yeah,
if you follow, I think it was a 2009 one, which is basically the reboot of Mortal Kombat, where because the one before that, like everyone basically died, and not Quan Chi, what's his name? Shao Kahn. He basically won, right? He won and he defeated everyone, and that was it. Like you couldn't go past that. It was kind of like, okay, it was done. So when they remade that, they just named it Mortal Kombat, which is Mortal Kombat 9. That's what they put it as the number. They made it so then they did that whole travel in time, so you can redo the whole story because you can just change whatever the characters did. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, no, I get that. But I like it the way it is now in the movie. Like, away from the game, right? If they just continue down this line, like obviously Sub-Zero can come back. Because
he took his ass. Yeah.
Right. And
who does he come back as?
No, hold on. Let's not get into that. We're talking about this movie right now.
No. In the game, I'm going by the game too.
No. But I'm not going by the game. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, who does it? Go tell them.
People that's fans already would know that he comes back as a Nob Sabat.
Yeah. What I'm saying is with the story they laid out with this movie being like the first in the series, I'm all for prequels. I'm all for trilogies and series going forward. If you want to do just Fast and the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw, right? If you want to do Mortal Kombat, Sonya and Jax, I'm all for it. Like Jax goes forward in time, meets his daughter, and she comes back in time. You know what I'm saying? Like it could, and then the whole like duality of Jax versus Jax, and Jax being on one, being bad in one, on one side, and him being good, and them fighting, that kind of thing. Like I'm all for this, like because they did this story so well that I think we talked about this when we were talking about Fast and Furious movies on another pod. Like I'm all for just make believe, but as long as it makes sense, right? As long as it follows.
This is totally make believe. This is
no, but I'm
Hobbs
saying
and Shaw and all that. That's a real human world. That's
not real human. See, that's what I'm saying. Is people say, "Oh, Hobbs and Shaw and Fast and Furious is real world." Why? Why does it have to be real world? They made a super soldier in Hobbs and Shaw. You gonna tell me that's real world?
Yeah.
No, this is what I'm saying. Like
steroids.
It doesn't need to be real world, right? And this isn't, obviously. And I'm all for them making more movies as long as they do it. Do it well, like they did this movie.
That and because the guy that played, I believe, either Sub-Zero or Cole, they signed on for a 4-picture deal.
Oh, I'm all for it.
Did you hear about that? Where like, if this does well, they're gonna.
By the way,
4-picture deal.
It's not just a cut-off shirt; it's like an actual tunic. Look, it even crosses over.
Oh,
what's up?
Calm down, man. We don't want no nips.
I'm straight. Liu Kang for real. Fire in the hands.
I'm here too.
Want me to warm you up?
That's another thing that I thought was awesome, is that they made them, which is the characters, the young versions. They had the young version of Goro, young version of Liu Kang, where he's still learning. He's still learning. What do you call this? Sonya. Everyone looked legit young.
Yeah.
So they can go do 4 pictures and take their time.
Yeah.
And still look the part. You know what I'm talking about?
And kill off people and still be good with it.
That's one thing, but you just said it, that the only main people that got killed off, like legit killed off, were mostly outer world.
Yeah,
nether
but
realm
people. Yeah, and that's
they can
where
be brought back.
Yeah, but I mean, Hanzo wasn't outer. He's Earth realm, and he died and went to hell, and he became Scorpion and came back.
That's because of his revenge. So are you telling me like Kung Lao, who got his soul taken out,
his soul is somewhere, right? His soul is somewhere, right?
It's kicking it in all the other souls that Samsung.
And you're telling me you can't make a movie where you go in there and grab him and bring him back, like a Liu Kang movie specifically?
The whole movie. They did do that. So in one of the games, Liu Kang and Kung Lao were bad guys because they were killed, but they were brought back by Quan Chi or whoever the.
That's what I'm saying. We got thank you to the game for making these crazy storylines to the point where now when we're making movies with great storylines about things that we as 80s 90s kids hold dear to our heart, like you know, I'm all for if they want to try to make a Street Fighter game. I'll put that
a remake or reboot.
A remake of the Street Fighter.
I'm gonna tell you, the first one was bomb because they fit, and you know how like some movies they try to fit everything. This one they actually fit, and people made sense. The characters made sense.
It made sense. Now, it's one of those movies. Okay, so if you take video game movies of the 90s, right, and tell me and do a bracket, right, and you tell me, and you put this one up head to head versus one of my beloved video game movies of the 90s. Street Fighter's not winning. Super Mario Brothers with John Leguizamo versus Street Fighter. I'm sorry, Super Mario Brothers wins.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
John Leguizamo?
Yeah.
That didn't even follow the story of Super
It doesn't
Mario.
matter. They win versus Street Fighter.
Okay, let's name for people because they're probably young cats or people that's not in 90s stuff. So we just named 2. Mortal Kombat, which it wasn't. It is 1990s. I think Super Mario was still late. Was it 91?
I don't know, but
okay, so
I
back in the
90s. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll say Super Mario, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. Was a little later. Yep.
Like Double Dragon.
90s. That was a great one. What else? That's about it, right?
I'm sure there's more. That's all I can think of.
Oh no, Tron.
That wasn't a.
That's a video game.
Yeah.
Video game. So we have
that
Tron.
was like Atari.
I thought we were just doing video games.
No, I know, but
that was a great one too. I liked it. That was a dope.
The movie or the game?
We'll just say both.
The original Tron, I don't know, was kind of booty to me. And that's you know, I grew up on. I started with my video game journey on Atari, but I thought the original Tron was kind of booty. That's just me.
What about the new one? What did you like the new one?
The new movie? No. Yeah. The original Tron video game was booty.
Oh, what about the movie?
The movie, nowadays it'd be. Yeah, no, it's still good. It's still good.
And you watched the new one?
Yeah, of course I watched it. There was a period of time where my kids, I have a DVD player in my van. Okay. There was a point in time where my kids,
creepy. Not creepy.
You guys used to watch World in my van in the back. So don't talk about creepy. You guys watching a KPBS show about spelling.
Hey, let's not put that out there.
We're putting that out there. Fire!
Good thing I'm from Hill. Remember this face.
They used to watch Tron all the time. Obviously, I was driving, so all I would do is hear Tron.
Okay.
So I've heard that movie about 40 times, and I'm all for it still. Okay. I'm still all for it.
So I think that's basically wraps up majority of the 90s or early on movies about video games. I remember they made a lot of movies about video game culture. What was that? The one with the power glove?
The Wiz?
The Wiz.
The Wizard. The Wizard.
But did you notice that that's just a younger version of Rain Man?
Yeah, sort of. It's a kid's version. It's a kid's version.
Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
that was a great movie.
If we're talking about movies that fit that category of like The Wizard, over the top beats The Wizard any day.
It's not even the same category.
It's the same.
They're on a journey to beat.
And they run, and they're on the run, and they get to their ultimate tournament, and they become top of their game.
Over the Top didn't have warp whistles.
No, he
He's
had.
great.
If I don't
He
have
just
a
turned
bit-
his thing.
he-
He just
he
turned
had-
his.
That was the warp though. Doo, 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 doo.
So that's all. That
Flawless victory.
I just liked it because it was Sylvester Stallone, and he's
He
still
made-
hot. He's still
he
hot
made-
right now.
He made some of the best
Everything.
movies of the 80s and 90s. Anyways,
Don't
video
anyways
game-
me. Sylvester Stallone is the greatest.
video game movies. Now overall, if we're just doing video game movies, not 80s, 90s, just overall video game movies.
Okay.
This is close to the top for me.
Is it really?
Yeah, I loved it. I'm gonna bring it up. I didn't look this up, but I'm gonna bring up video game movies here. So I don't know if you count Angry Birds, but
Count it. Mobile games
count it.
work.
Tomb Raider, and
That was all right. That was
whatever,
okay.
whichever ones you want to include.
I like the new one, the newer one. That
Yeah,
was
the newer one.
pretty good.
The newer
Yeah,
one's pretty
like
good.
it, yeah.
Warcraft, Assassin's Creed.
Bro, I forgot about
Hitman.
that. That would, if I were to watch something over and over just to geek out, that's recent, that would be on my. Have you
What?
seen Warcraft?
I have not seen Warcraft. movie.
Bro.
I have not.
Okay, so that's your homework. Okay, you gotta watch that.
I'll watch it. I've been wanting to watch it. I'm not a Warcraft fan. Actually,
I've never played.
Warcraft,
Listen to me, bro. I've
Wait,
never
wait.
played the game.
World of Warcraft, never played it. Well, okay, I played it for like a week and for the free trial, and I wasn't into it. Yeah, nerd. But I did love Warcraft 3. Warcraft 3, which is the strategy game. It's kind of like StarCraft. And if you guys haven't played this, you don't know. But
Nerd.
we're gonna start a gaming channel, and I'm gonna play these games for you. Warcraft 3 was awesome, and they used to. This is when I was dating my wife. When we were boyfriend and girlfriend, they used to have this like multiplayer game where it was like custom games, and it was like tower defense. You know what tower defense is?
Yeah, I know that type of.
Yeah, there's like a route the bad guys go through, and you have to build towers along that
Mhm.
kill it. The
Mhm.
the bad guys get stronger, and your towers you have to upgrade and stuff. They used to have one called the Cube, and it was like a tower defense game. I was down for that. Anyways, Tomb Raider, Warcraft, Resident Evil. That's a
Yes,
pretty
yeah.
good
In the beginning, it was dope, but
Yeah.
now to this,
one. They just went
caliber,
too
no.
far with it. But Street Fighter, obviously, Sonic the Hedgehog was a
That's a
newer
great
one.
one. That's a great
Oh,
one.
I can't. Ooh, I might. Yeah, Rampage.
You're biased because of The Rock?
Yeah, I gotta be biased.
I liked it.
Let's see, Max Payne, Doom.
I didn't really like that one. Did you like Max Payne?
No, I wasn't for it. Dead or
Yeah.
Alive. There's Dead or
No,
Alive.
that was. I tried watching that too.
Let's see.
Doom was
Final
dope
Fantasy?
though. No, that was. It's not even a real one. Like if they make a movie like a real live action, like
Mhm.
a legit one, like how they did this Mortal Kombat, like actually get a writer that's a fan, because the guy
Mhm.
that wrote the screen, what do you call that? This
Screenplay.
Screenplay. Yes,
Mhm.
thank you. Brain fart.
You're welcome.
He's a fan, so he's dabbled in the games. He's into the story. So for him to write it in a way that it's new enough for fans, but yet dope for people that's never seen it before,
Mhm.
is great. Because as a fan, I thought I'm not even gonna lie. When they announced Mortal Kombat, and then they slowly but surely showed who plays what, and I was
Mhm.
like, yo, that doesn't even look like, like Kano in the first one
yeah.
was buff as hell. You know what
Yeah.
I mean, like, and he looked intimidating. By the way, he made this movie for me.
No Harry Potter shit, all right? Cute. Real cute. Let's see you throw it down again.
The actor
Uh,
and the character.
On that note, a lot of these characters looked a lot smaller than the video games, muscular wise.
No, but
Okay,
I get it. They're making them younger, so then there's longevity. It's great.
No,
great.
that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, like you, when they started showing them on screen, they didn't fit what I originally thought of the characters to look like on screen.
Mhm.
And I think that's where the 90s movie actually did a little bit better.
They looked exactly
At that
like
time, they looked like what I would think they look like on screen.
Mhm.
And maybe that has to do with the generation of video games. Like back then, even though they were like real people, they kind of looked booty. They were like 16-bit real people, and they were like, "Rah, rah, rah."
Yeah.
And then
Do it again. Do it.
To where when you see them on screen, you're like, that looks awesome. Because now they don't look like blocks; they look like real people. But that didn't hold back. That didn't hold anything back for me on as far as
No, it was great.
Yeah.
Even the story of a new character that no one's, when they brought up a new character that no one's heard of, and he was going to be the main character. In my head, I was like, how do you make a Mortal Kombat movie? And in my head, I was like, is he going to be like a character where he's going to have to delve into, like, remember the last action hero?
Yeah.
You just bring a rando and put him in a world, and then somehow, some way, he or she's going to hang out with these characters. No, it made sense in this remake. Yeah, in this remake, it made sense.
So I mean, back to how this all started was, yes, after we just named all those video game movies, top five video game movies.
Video game, so great. So in no order, because they're all great.
And we're gonna do an order one.
Oh, for me, okay.
No, not right now.
Okay,
not right now. We'll do a pod on it.
Okay, you already named majority of them.
Yeah, so we'll do a pod on top 5, and then we'll argue against each other why. We're
not gonna argue. We're gonna talk.
No, we're gonna argue.
Oh, snap! Okay.
Fire!
Oh shit!
Oh man!
You blew me out.
Oh, behind the scenes.
Oh, I wasn't really in space.
Finish him.
Flawless victory.
So for me, it's gonna be the original Mortal Kombat, and these are, to me, nostalgic because it brings me back to a good time, and I'm having a great time right now. But I'm just saying, the innocent. Just
wait, no, don't rank them now. We're gonna do it on another podcast. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not ranking them. So Mortal Kombat, the original Mortal Kombat, the original Street Fighter. You're not supposed to say
See, that's what we're gonna fight.
Right. So Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. Now I'm gonna put this Mortal Kombat because I really legit. I watched it twice already, and even the second time, it was entertaining. That's how I know movies are entertaining, because you look forward to re-seeing a scene. You know what I mean? So that's 3. Sonic. I could watch that over and over because it's hella funny, and I love that actor. He's freaking
the cartoon hedgehog.
No. Who plays
James Marsden? I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Because do you remember him in Sex Drive?
Yeah.
One of the greatest characters he's ever played.
So I will probably never go back and do a review on Sonic, but I agree with you. People gave that movie so much flack, but as a gamer of the original Sonic game and 2, 3, and Tails and Knuckles as they were coming out, that movie really did live up to my childhood of what I would want to see Sonic in as a movie. And then at the end, when spoiler alert, at the end when Tails came in on that post-credit scene, because Tails. So I played 1 and I got through it, and then when 2s came out and they had Tails, that was like I wasn't a Luigi guy, but when Tails came out, I was like, that's my character. Like I want to play him more than I want to play Sonic. And so when he showed up
real quick though, something just happened, and I don't know if you caught it on camera, but it glitched and it showed something hella different. And that's maybe a segment that I want to do on our other pod, like paranormal shit. But when you edit, see what that flash was.
I'll check it out.
It was like another input.
Camera, bro.
Do you have 2, or is there 2?
I have 2 cameras plugged into this.
It was a totally different room, bro.
No, I think it's the same room. It's just pointing up.
No, you don't have anything yellow in your room, in your video right now.
Well, in my video now, but where the other camera's pointing, there's yellow.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm not joking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just tell me what it is. Sorry to interrupt you, but that was freaky.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's
but I was with you.
Fire!
I agree with you that I nerded out when I saw his ass looking for Sonic.
Yeah. So that goes along with this movie. So when if I wasn't a Mortal Kombat fan, that first 7-minute scene in the beginning definitely hooked me. Even if I wasn't a Mortal Kombat fan. And then as the story started progressing, you start seeing these characters come on screen. I was more for it because it was kind of like the movie and the storyline I would want to see. I I would want to see from a game that I adored when I was a kid. Now, on that note, right? When it first started off and started bringing in characters, like Jax just showed up at an MMA event, I was like, okay, I don't want to be, but I feel like I'm gonna be disappointed that they just go way too fast into all of this, right? He's like, oh, I'm Jax, blah blah, and you have a dragon tattoo, and then it's like, go see Sonya Blade. I was like, okay, now we're already like 6 characters deep, and it's only 10 minutes into the movie. Like, you're going way too fast. But it turned out it was the perfect speed for this movie. Like, everything worked out eventually. Like, it's one of those movies where you can't go in expecting something, because if you do that, you're gonna be disappointed. But if you go in just not expecting anything, like you're a fan of the games, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I guarantee it.
And even if you're not a fan or you don't know what Mortal Kombat is, they, like I said, these are not well-known actors. None of them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna say Scorpion. Well. Okay, no, I'm gonna say Scorpion is a well-known actor. Okay, the only person that a lot of people know is Scorpion. Hanzo, right? The actor that does Hanzo.
Yeah.
But for any martial arts movie enthusiast, the guy that played Sub-Zero isn't a dope. I think it's a Thai movie. The Raid. Is that Thai or Vietnamese? I'm not sure.
The Raid? Yeah. Well, no, okay. I think it's Korean. The Raid is Korean, I think.
Okay, so you see what I'm saying? If I could do this costume over and I would have done it after watching the movie, he was the baddest dude. Sub-Zero was the baddest character in this movie.
In this movie, because
it took Hanzo, aka now also known as Scorpion, which he learned English when he was in hell. Remember? Because this fool was speaking Japanese, and then I don't think get over here.
I think once you get, I think once you get to hell.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to learn anything. It's like the Matrix. It's just like, you know English.
Oh, for real? So he knows like Portuguese and all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Good
think it's
for
like
you, Hanzo.
I think it's like Babel. Like, you just instantly start translating.
Good for him.
Yeah.
But it took him and his descendant, Cole, to defeat Sub-Zero, who he would walk in and not have to say shit, whoop your ass, and kind of like just walk out. Like he does this shit on a daily, which he probably does. But him, Kano, the acting, by the way, by everyone, I would say the only person that I was a little bit disappointed with, but towards the end, I was like, okay, well, maybe he makes a good this character, was the person that played Shang Tsung. Because in the beginning,
Shang Tsung.
Yeah. The T is silent.
No, yeah, but the beginning is an SH. Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung.
It's an SH, bro. Okay. Samsung.
So Samsung
Galaxy.
Right.
Fire!
But he in the beginning just looked like a regular cat dressed all weird.
Yeah.
And so, he started walking around and showing up in smog. Then I was like, okay, this fool is legit the shit. But out of everyone, I'm saying, even Reptile, which they didn't call him that, they called him Reptilian, and then he had a name.
Yeah.
When I saw him or her, we don't know, it show up in the trailer, I was like, man, really? They did Reptile like this, where he looks like some Genario's Jurassic Park character. Did you remember when he was in the trailer, Kano was making a joke like, like, I'm the shit or whatever, this and that. But when he showed up, that's who Reptile I would think would be, right? Like some animal creature that can move way better than a human being.
Yeah.
That's a threat, because Reptile and the other one in the game, which I'm not going to say, he's just basically a Sub-Zero that can...
That's a reptile, yeah.
Right, that can do the acid ball.
Venom, yeah.
Right, right. And Scorpion already did that shit where he took his helmet off, or his face shield off, and he's a Scorpion. And I like how they did that part too.
So on that note, I was a little mad at the beginning when they made Scorpion look so weak, but then it made sense. Like as the movie went on, it made sense. Like, he's just Earth, and he probably hasn't found his inner power yet, right? And that's why Scorpion could take him out the way he did.
What do you
right?
think his power was if he had stayed alive?
A
Because I
fighter.
think he was just, but I think his power was just being an ultimate warrior. Like it doesn't have to be some crazy, like each one kind of had something that deals with their character prior to them reaching their Acadia. Is that what it was? Word it was
Mhm.
Acadia. So Jax, right?
Mhm.
He's a strong person. He's already a strong person as a human.
All right,
right?
I'm gonna challenge you. That I'm gonna challenge you. I get it. I'm gonna challenge you though. I'm gonna challenge
Okay.
you though. Okay.
So when he had
Sonya
his,
Blade.
exactly, that makes it made no sense. I know they had to put it in there.
Pew, 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 pew. What are
Right.
you, Shuri from Black Panther? Pew, 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 pew.
Correct.
Cultural appropriation. Wakanda
No.
forever.
They had to do that because it had to coincide with the game. I understand that. But with Jax, it made sense because he got a piece of himself back that wasn't as strong as everything that was left. So it had to match. His power had to match.
I get it. Jax, Cole, he was a protector of his family, and that's why he
And he can
the
take
armor.
pain. He can take an ass
Yeah.
whooping. So just like armor, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it.
Kano,
I get it.
Yeah. So
Yeah. He's a deceiver. So like the fact that you didn't see his laser and also
yeah, he's dangerous. Like it doesn't look threatening, but
but he's
it is-
dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
Right,
But
right.
then I'm gonna challenge it because Sonya Blade made no sense.
Right.
Which I think her story was perfect up until that point.
There was certain parts of it that if they had edited it better, it would make more sense. Jax came out of nowhere. Hold on. So Jax came out of nowhere while he's fighting Sub-Zero, who I don't know if I looked at Sub-Zero, I wouldn't even know he lives on our Earth or in our world. So for Jax to be like, I served 6 tours, motherfucker. Tours of what? Like downtown freaking Chicago? What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, okay, I'm not with you. Like that's fine with me. The Sub-Zero, he knew. Like they kind of explained him. Sonya and Jax have been like tracking this whole thing. I just think if you took Sonya, the same story all the way up to the point where she got the tattoo, right? The dragon symbol.
Right.
But don't give her any powers. Yeah, she's a chosen champion now, right? But leave that for the next movie.
They didn't think there would be in the next one. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying. This was a gamble.
you know.
No. Because there's a lot.
No. You don't make a Mortal Kombat movie nowadays and think we're only gonna do one movie. You think I'm gonna make a good Mortal Kombat movie, and if it does good, we're doing a second one.
You might
If
not get that chance,
we'll
though.
abandon it. No, but still, if you don't give her powers, it still makes sense. The story. Think about it. If you don't give her powers, it still makes sense. She killed Kano. You could leave her character out for the rest of the movie until the end when they all like meet up and like, we're all good now. And she's like, oh, congratulations. And then in the next movie, you could show her training with Liu Kang on how to gain those powers and make the choo-choo make sense.
So what about who would have killed, or how would you have rewritten it how Milena died? Because she was whooping freaking Cole like there ain't tomorrow.
Who was with him?
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang was with him, right?
Yeah, but he was busy with Cabal.
No, but he already took him out by that point.
Okay, so fireball from Liu Kang.
Yeah, fireball from Liu Kang knocks him out, right? Knocks her off of him, right? And then Jax was already done too, right?
He wasn't in the same spot though.
But
Jax was in some other world.
Raiden go lightning, and then Jax there.
So he was just the operator. So
Raiden was in. Sonya wasn't in the same spot either. Hold on, Sonya wasn't in the same spot either.
Yeah, you're right.
She was back at the trailer. She just showed up and then pew, pew. So I'm saying, so fireball from Liu Kang knocks her off, and she gets thrown off like a cat. She like all fours, like getting ready to pounce. Jaw opens up. She's ready to go. Like she's ready to go back at Cole, right? And then she jumps at him, and then out of nowhere, Jax comes and grabs her by the jaws. Like boom, I got her. And then just goes and rips her in half. Done. Now you still have a story for Sonya in part 2.
Yeah, but I think they wanted to put that for nostalgia.
I get it. But I feel like that's the only character that they rushed too far along, too fast.
So what I must have missed it. I watched it twice. What was the motive of Jax and Sonya finding these warriors? Because they never talked to Raiden.
No,
ever.
No, they didn't mention that.
So they would have left their special
They
forces.
they just
Took it upon themselves.
They took it. They thought something was going on, and so they took it upon themselves to investigate. And that's why I'm all for like a Mortal Kombat Jackson Sonya movie prequel to and make it lead up to what's going on right now.
So how Jax got his mark? Because remember he was talking about
well, have them both in the military still. And then show Jax like because he's saying that he killed somebody and then all of a sudden he had it, right? That's what I'm saying.
I wonder who that was.
Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm all for this because it was written so well to where you could do, like Iron Man was the first Avengers movie, right? And then Captain America is actually the first Avengers, but that was back in time. We could just do that.
Well, the reason I'm telling you, like, they may have not planned another movie is because they ended it with no cliffhanger, no signs of. There was none. I watched it twice.
He scooped up all them dead champions. So
no, he said he was gonna go to Hollywood and go see Johnny Cage.
No. Shang Tsung scooped up all his dead champions.
No, I feel you, but that's just a given. But you don't know if he scooped them up or they died like.
Well, he scooped up Sub-Zero. So you just
no, but you don't know because remember
but it was the smoke. Remember, it was like.
I feel you. But Scorpion did the same thing in the beginning, and I thought like someone hooked him up.
Oh no, Scorpion was the fire. He was like, shh, and he would turn into ashes.
It's different. Smoke is different. Fire? Okay.
Smoke
but
is
Shang
smoke.
There's fire.
Shang Tsung is the black smoke that is
like smog. Yeah.
Yeah, he just shows up with black smoke.
But But
there was a cliffhanger too with the Johnny Cage. There's gonna be a two. They didn't show.
I hope
they didn't show the face of who Johnny Cage is. That's a cliffhanger.
Right, you were just looking at his crotch, right?
Because now, who's Johnny Cage? Who's got real world between here? Fire!
You better put. Oh, you're gonna put some. Okay,
I'm gonna put fire every time. Who is gonna play Johnny Cage?
They shouldn't get. They did great on this because there was no.
Do you watch wrestling?
A little bit.
Do you know who the Miz is?
Yeah.
I think Miz should be.
He's
Johnny
a little
Cage.
too old though. He's a little too old. And he's a little too big.
He is. I think he could lose some weight, some muscle.
Let me think of white people that do martial arts right now. Because he's a martial artist. He's a martial arts movie.
No, I know who Johnny Cage. I know who Johnny Cage is.
So right now,
he could learn? They got years, bro. I'm saying. I think because the Miz's personality fits Johnny Cage's personality.
I didn't think I'd like the Australian guy, but I love the Kano character.
I know, but I'm saying
he did it perfect.
If I was to cast somebody, I think the Miz could play Johnny Cage really well. Yes, he'd have to kind of lose some weight, maybe look a little younger. I don't know how to do movie magic. I don't know, but I'm saying that's who I would cast.
Yeah, but you know what? There's a lot of characters in actual mixed martial arts that would make good Johnny Cages.
I know, but not all of them could act well to get the part through. That's the other thing.
Don't know. And
some of them are punch drunk where they just got hit so much they are choked out. They got less air.
Hey, George St. Pierre, he's doing his thing in the acting world. I like him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I'm hoping he's not actually dead.
Spoiler alert. Come on. Man.
Spoiler alert. I hope he's actually not dead.
But yeah, so this movie, I'm gonna say I hope it's gonna be a franchise, and it seems like it's getting a lot of good reviews, and it's being accepted as a legit Mortal Kombat movie after what 20. So 97 was the last movie. So I'm not good at math.
20 years. 14 years.
Okay, so 14 years, and the fact that
97.
1997. Like I told you, I'm not good at math, but I know it's like 20 something years.
Hold on, jeez.
97. It's 3 years would be 2000, and it's 21 right now, so that's 24 years, fool.
24 years. I said 14. Yeah.
Remember, hey, I just finished my last math class for my degree.
You know
Thank
what,
you guys?
I clept out of math. I clept out of math.
I wish I could have, but I didn't.
You could have. You just had to study like really hard, and then just remember PEMDAS.
No, and not but they did such a great job making this movie. Oh,
fire!
I wonder what you're gonna put. They're bringing movies back to the quality, like you said, that we actually want to pay, drive, and buy
Oh yeah.
Food
Oh,
to
yeah.
go to the movies.
Yeah. Just like Godzilla versus Kong.
Yep, that's another
good
great
movie.
one.
Good movie. Even though I don't agree with the story, good movie.
We don't agree with you. Did you just eat your mic, dude? Oh, you're gonna do pew 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 pew. I think your headband's too tight. Maybe.
How dare you?
Oh snap! It's Satan.
Get over here!
Oh, out of nowhere, right? Him and Sub-Zero learn English.
No, on that note, well, Sub-Zero had plenty of time because that was like in the 1800s when he killed Scorpion, and now it's like 2021. I mean, dude had like 200 years, bro. I mean, of course.
He did talk to Shang Tsung in English. Remember, he's like,
so okay, now
Hanzo, or what do you say? Bihans. I'm no longer Bihan.
Yeah, but let's talk about the beginning scene, which is a forever used storyline, which is Chinese versus Japanese. So Bihan was supposedly Chinese, and Hanzo was Japanese. So this goes back to Ip Man, Big Boss. I think it was Big Boss, or no, Fist of Fury with Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
All martial arts movies, they always do this story, and I get it, like that was part of their history. So I don't know if I'm for that storyline.
Fuck it. I
what I'm glad about is they did eventually just everyone speaks English, like away from that. But I get it, like it's a timepiece. It's a timepiece.
It has to be authentic. It's just like you said, you were complaining about
Raiden
in the first one being white.
You're right. Okay, it was authentic.
Passion of the Christ, one of my all-time favorite movies.
Not mine.
They spoke Hebrew the whole time. I know you're not religious. I feel you. But God, hey, you don't believe in God, but God believes in you. But
I never said I don't believe in God, but
that movie put me in a place where I felt like I was observing real events. When you can't watch a Japanese, like The Last Samurai was awesome because Japanese people spoke Japanese. Tom Cruise spoke English.
I get it.
When you
You're right.
When you watch a Japanese movie that's made by Americans, it'd be more authentic, and I would sacrifice reading the subtitles if it made me feel like I'm actually in that world. You know what I'm talking about?
You're right. It did play into the story and made it feel more genuine, like what was going on. Yeah, you're right. All right. We already about this. What do you rate this movie?
I'm gonna say a 10. Man. Like it's for the latest rewatch. Like I said, I already watched it twice, and I paid attention both times. Was not bored the second time. You'll see what I'm talking about when you actually watch it in the theaters. I was looking forward to re-seeing certain parts, and I get excited about like, oh snap. So I'm gonna say 10 out of 10. But that my 10 means like Friday. Most people might not like that movie, but I can watch that over and over and be entertained every time I watch it. So that would be a 10 for me, is rewatchability. How about you?
I really like this movie. I wanted to like this movie going into it. I felt like I was gonna be let down before I even started play. I'm going to give it. See, I want to say 8, but it's rewatchable enough. So I'm gonna say 9. I wouldn't give a full 10.
Why?
9.
Why?
I mean, I obviously I already had some nitpicks I've already talked about when it comes to the movie and the story, but
you don't even know why, you just want to hate.
No, I see. I don't want to keep comparing things to like. I don't want to keep comparing things to like Marvel movies, right? But
they have it unlocked. That's what, okay.
No. We already said that. Yeah, I know. I understand. They got that whole like universe thing unlocked, but this is a universe. This is a universe,
bro. It's
Mortal
not even
Kombat is a universe. Mortal Kombat is.
I'm not talking about the universe unlocked. They have the recipe the writing and the on-screen
And there's nothing
recipe.
and there's nothing against using the same recipe.
And they did. It was funny.
No,
They didn't take itself too
no.
seriously.
Per movie, yeah. But I'm saying the nitpicks we have, like Sonya and Jax, how did they come across, the tournament and the realms? How?
When they went to Raiden's temple.
No. But how did they start investigating?
When Jax got his powers. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, but I'm saying
They just didn't explain why.
Exactly. And if they stepped back,
Nitpicking like a mother.
no, but it's a 9. It's a 9. It's a 9. That's good score.
What's a 10 to you? What's a 10 movie to you?
Every single Fast and Furious is a 10 movie to me.
Every single one.
I have a rule in my house. Rule number 2 in my house is if Fast and Furious is on, we watch Fast and Furious.
Oh my god! So don't put it on TBS.
Anyways, I give it a 9.
Anyways,
a 10. Fast 5 is a 10 for me. Friday is a 10. How High is a 10. Yeah, I mean seriously, rewatchable. There are points and periods of movies where I would sit down and get caught up in the movie. This one is close to that. But there are parts in this movie where I feel like I would just get up and walk away and then come back.
Okay. So what would you like to see in the sequel?
I would like to see how I would like to see some conflict with Cole. I would like to see him, maybe his wife dies.
How?
I don't know. Like one of Shang Tsung's champions kills his wife, right?
Who?
I don't know which one, but one of them do. Right?
Pick one. You know the characters. Who would
Shang
you want to
Tsung.
see?
Shang Tsung kills her, right?
Takes her soul. Takes her soul.
Takes her soul.
Okay.
And Shang Tsung tells Cole, you can get her back, but you have to come with me.
Okay.
Right?
What about the daughter? Takes her soul too?
Well, she stays where she is. I don't know. Stays with uncle. I don't know. Comes with him. Something like that. I'm not a writer, but he says you can get her back. Maybe that's the conflict, is leaving his daughter and getting his wife back.
Okay.
And so he balances between those two. Like, I'm thinking about it, and I meet with Shang Tsung all the time, but now there's like Raiden's checking in on me. He knows something's going on, but he doesn't know what's going on.
How do you get the other characters in this, though?
Huh?
How do you get the other characters in this, though?
Well, the other characters are still walking around. You remember? The fight is not done. So, like...
So Cole, while he's looking for Johnny Cage, Shang Tsung,
he loses his wife. He loses his wife.
And now the whole story is just him.
No.
What would he have to do?
He's in Hollywood. He's in Hollywood, and he still has to do this thing with Johnny Cage, right? But now he's conflicted because he's trying to get Johnny Cage to join them as Earth champions. But now Shang Tsung has his wife's soul and says, you come fight with me. And at the end, it's Johnny Cage versus Cole.
So you must have not.
But then the other
watch
champions,
the cutscenes in the video games.
See, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be the video game. You're just
it has to be
no, you're just referencing the characters. It doesn't have to be the story. And
now it's not Mortal Kombat.
But then, so maybe midway through the second one, some of the other champions realize, what's going on with Cole. And so they and Raiden find a way to get into that afterpart. Now, do they only find the soul of Cole's wife, but they find, guess who? Kung Lao, the soul down there too.
And he's bad.
And he's bad. But Liu Kang is down there. Now Liu Kang versus bad Kung Lao in the soul realm, right? And in Earth realm, you got Johnny Cage versus Cole. And there's just like two fights going on, and it's just cutscene back and forth. They're just fighting. Like Johnny Cage tries to kick Cole, and he like kicks into the wall, and then a wall explodes, but it's Kung Lao punching a wall trying to hit Liu Kang. Like, it's just cutscene back and forth, and it like relates. I'm telling you. Yo, Hollywood, give me a job. I can do this all day.
Pay this man.
Pay the man. Where's my money?
Well, I'm going to tell you, just by looking at the Easter eggs of this movie, is that they showed Shao Kahn, which he showed up in the second movie back then, that they did him no freaking service by putting some dude, okay? So what's going to happen is that he which is Shao Kahn, entrusted because he's okay. So like you're getting confused, right? So there's the outer world, which is where Shang Tsung kicks it.
Mhm.
Then there's the nether realm, which is where Shao Kahn lives. Okay,
Mhm.
so it's basically like the general would be Shang Tsung, and then the colonel or the main guy would be Shao Kahn. So he's
Okay.
gonna be like gonna have to report back to him like, yo, we didn't get freaking Earthrealm. Like, hey, my bad. Like, that's a loss. Of course, he'll be like, oh, you can't freaking do your because in the game, that fool kills that dude, kills Shang Tsung. Because he's basically like, you incompetent fool.
He's
But
just
you gotta
gonna
remember,
he's just gonna Thanos it. He's just gonna
no. That's what I'm trying to
Fine.
say is
I'll do it myself.
no. He wouldn't have to do it himself because he has generals himself. So
No,
other
I get
generals
that.
like Shang Tsung, but are legit not human wizard looking cats.
I think you're
You know what I'm
getting
talking
rid of I get it and I get the story. I think you're getting rid of Shang Tsung too early.
No. He's gonna be in the cut.
I know
but-
he's in trouble.
Yeah,
And like
he's not gonna be killed.
trying to prove that he's still worthy, right?
Right. So he would be another conflict in itself because now he feels all bad about like, oh fuck this guy. I got him 9 wins and he want to cut me out on the 10th. We can still win this game. You know what I mean? We're 9 games in. We just gotta win one more, and he cuts me out. He's gonna put another coach in.
I'm putting a wrinkle in your plan and putting this movie in between that.
Which one?
So,
the Cole?
Yeah, my idea on Cole versus
It should be in it. Yeah, it should.
No.
That should be a conflict.
It should be the movie. Mine should be 2. What you're saying about should be 3. So
yeah, but
2,
people are gonna want to see some
I get
characters, yo.
Yeah, you can bring more characters into it during these fights, but I'm just saying, like the whole thing of why he kills his wife is Shang Tsung's trying to not have to report that he lost.
But the tournament's over. So to me, Cole was a threat because of the prophecy. The prophecy lived on. So now there's gonna be a different change.
But the tournament technically never really started. He was just trying to kill people, right?
No, he was trying to kill it before it started, but then they said they don't want a tournament, so we're gonna bring the tournament to them.
So what if
that's how they did that?
What if his idea is okay? So they won, but if I still kill all the champions of Earth, like they got nobody to protect them for another 10 tournaments.
And I think that's where the gap you were talking about, where Jax was looking for a report of someone getting killed, right? Mm-hmm. So who knows? Because I didn't see if Sub-Zero had a mark. Do you know if he had a mark? Because only Earth defenders have the mark.
Only Earth ones have the mark. So
right,
Sub-Zero wouldn't have it. Sub-Zero was already ice. I don't think he had it.
Where'd he get that from? Then?
Exactly. That's why I'm saying it's a 9.
Okay, so in the video game, quit giving it a 9. Give it a 9.5.
I'll give it a 9.
In a video game,
you keep digging the hole. It's going to an 8.
So in the video game, Sub-Zero came from a clan that could do shit like that. Can do ice. Hanzo, Scorpion, got his powers from making a deal with Quan Chi.
I get what you're saying, right? In the video game, they've been
separating it from that movie.
They've been through like 30 years of this video game.
Right.
Almost 30 years of this video game. So
they have a movie.
They have lots of storylines, right?
Right.
But if you just go into this movie,
yes.
Okay. Now we have 11. Have I beat it? No. Have I played ones before this? I haven't played, I don't know, 5, 6, and then not played it up until 11. And the only reason I have 11 is the kids got it for Christmas for the PS5.
No. You only have to play from. You just only have to play from 9 because 9 will tell you everything.
Exactly. So they still at least have 3 video games, which is like what 4 or 5 years worth of video games.
No, but they hella deviated
tell the story
already.
No, I know. So just going straight into this movie as a movie about these characters.
Yeah.
No pre-assumption of what their story is, right? I don't know about Sub-Zero. I just know all of a sudden he comes out the cut trying to kill some Japanese dude with ice. And here comes Liu Kang with fire.
I think that unless they make another game with Cole, he wasn't even my favorite. Like I understand why they put him in there to make you understand more about this mark and the special meaning behind it. Because I think out of everyone, he was the only one that was born with it. You understand what I'm saying? Like each character got it from
killing somebody else.
Right. So in my head, who did that person kill, and
Yeah,
where did
who did Jax kill, and why? How come they had it? Right.
Right.
Who did Liu Kang kill, and why did he have it?
Right.
Who did that? And that's what I'm saying is there's so many avenues you can go back in time doing. Right. To explain it. Mortal Kombat, Jackson Sonya, right? Mortal Kombat, Liu Kang Origins. Right. Like I'm just saying, like you could do it so well to where they all lead up to two. So what I'm saying is they took the Avengers movie and made Avengers. That's Mortal Kombat.
Right.
Now it's time to kind of step back and do each character. And then Mortal Kombat 2 be like Age of Ultron. Like, okay, now we know why they're going, and then boom, here's 2.
Yeah, no, I understand. That's what's great about this is it can go on. It's very open, we don't know.
But we know Johnny Cage is showing up.
Maybe. Because
he is.
I hate when people
what is Cole gonna get stopped in freaking Arizona and not make it to Hollywood? That's too Cole. Mortal Kombat, Cole in Arizona. This is what is this, Ernest Goes to Jail movie? What is this?
To say the truth, one thing that I think studios should do, and it's kind of like an incentive to the crew and to the producers and this and that, is put that on their contract from the get-go, stating that, hey, if this does well, we
are going to make 5. Yeah.
Right. So then, because obviously this recipe, whoever team they had, the writer, the director, the person that did the casting, this and that, they did a great job. That's why it's a 10. Like, they did a great job. So if you're going to bring a whole different crew, you're going to get a whole different vibe. Yeah. Like they were trying to say, like Karate Kid, the show, the crew that did the first 3, isn't it 3 seasons, 2 seasons, 3?
3 seasons right now. No, 2 seasons right now. 3 comes out this year.
Right. So it's a different fight choreography crew. So their recipe is great. Now they're taking something out of the recipe and substituting it with something. It's like you said, everyone
actually
loves
no. They did 3. Right? They did 3.
Okay.
They're coming out with 4. No, my bad. Yeah.
The 4th one, they're not gonna have the same fight choreography crew. So
it's gonna look more like Ip Man.
We don't know. It could be better. It could be worse. It's a gamble, but obviously people love the way it is now.
Yeah. So it's like Karate Kid Daniel LaRusso versus Karate Kid Jaden Smith.
We don't even know. I don't even freaking know.
Karate Kid doing kung fu. That ain't no karate.
Because I'm telling you, whoever is writing for Marvel, and it's not just the Marvel movies. It could be Star Wars. What else do they own? They own Lucasfilm. They own. What else does Marvel own?
No, Disney. Disney owns Marvel.
Great, there you go.
Lucas.
Those 3, they got it on lock. They're writers, producers, directors.
Well, they also have the money to throw at it.
Other people throw, I would say, similar amount of money.
Who did they just buy? Fox? They just bought Fox Studios? Yeah, right. They just bought Fox Studios. Near the end of that, they didn't have money to throw at anything. And look at the crappy movies they made at the end before Disney bought them. Before Disney bought them.
For sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's talent, right? So like the Russo brothers, right? You think about back in early 2000s, what did they do? Community, TV show, small budget, little comedy series. Right. The Russo brothers did that. Right. Then they did Avengers, bro.
Yeah.
Like they did so many Avengers movies. The Russo brothers did so many Avengers movies. The cast of the Community is in the MCU.
Those 2, the Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame, those are like 10s. Like
okay, so there you go, 10.
Those are
Endgame, Infinity War, separate and together, they are a 10 to me. Like exactly. I'll watch Infinity War on its own. I'll watch Endgame on its own. I honestly have not started those movies up to watch. I own Disney Plus. I own those movies on Blu-ray and digital. I have not started those movies since the first time I watched them. I bought them. I haven't started watching them again. Why? Because that is 3 hours that I am going to dedicate to watch those movies. I'm not getting up.
4 hours.
4 hours.
Because I did it the other day. Remember I told you?
No, but I'm saying like that's a 10 to me. Like as soon as it comes on, I'm stuck. Like I'm there. Yeah. Right? This isn't one where I'm like stuck. Like I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch them fight. Blah! And then when they go, oh, let's go eat inside the cave. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go get a Coke. I'm grabbing a bag of chips. Oh, you're fighting again, and I'm sit back down.
Wait, hold up. This movie, when they were eating inside the cave where Kano called the guy Kung Pao. You didn't like that scene?
No,
like
that was. You know what? Let's cancel Kano because that was some racist stuff.
I applaud them for that because
poking,
he was saying
right?
some shit.
No. And on all honesty, on my side, like I was like, this dude is just going in on Asians right now.
On everyone, bro.
Yeah.
The shit he was talking was on. Even when he was talking to Cabal, he said that mask must be cutting the circulation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Isn't that? It's on point. Like it's not forced.
Yeah.
It felt like it was ad-libbed or maybe just automatic, came from his head. Like that actor.
I'm with you.
I don't know who he is.
I'm with
I
you.
like him.
I'm with you. Kano was definitely one of the winners of this movie. Yeah.
Yep. And then when Cole found out that Sonya didn't have a mark, he was like, "Whoops!" In the background, he's like, "Whoops!"
Yeah, she's like,
he's like,
"I don't have a mark." And he's like,
"Yeah,
whoops!" And then Liu Kang and
Kung Lao?
Kung Lao.
Yeah.
They're telling him, "Oh, you don't have a mark, so you don't have a power." He's like, "Oh, that would hurt." I was like, "Oh!" And I don't even think they showed his face. He was just like a voice in the back. They were just like, "Yeah." He was like, sorry, you don't have a mark. We're not wasting our time training you." And then Kano's like, "Oh, that stung." I was like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no. Okay, so Kano is probably in top 3 characters that won this movie. But for me, the person who won this movie, Scorpion.
Bro, he was barely in there, man.
He was not one of my favorite characters to fight with in all of Mortal Kombat.
That's a great
Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero was my favorite character to fight with. Actually, to be honest, the first one, Liu Kang was my favorite one to fight with because he did that with the feet thing.
No, it sounded like a turkey.
Oh yeah, he said. And then the feet thing. That was my favorite character. And then you could do the and he just like jump across the screen.
Right.
I'm gonna do it on this one. It's like and then here goes like so Liu Kang was my favorite on the first one.
Right.
But then as the games progressed, I was like he barely throws a fireball. Like I need something else. And so I would fight with Sub-Zero. And those were my 2 favorite characters. I think Scorpion won this because now I'm like, I need to go back and see if I can play with Scorpion. So that's why I think Scorpion won this one, because he became one of my probably became a character of interest for me now, looking back at the games. When before I was like, if you just duck, he's not gonna hit you.
Well,
he's like, get over here. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Everyone should buy, if you still have a PlayStation 4, obviously not everyone like Chris is blessed to have PlayStation 4.
Oh, my business, son.
Buy Mortal Kombat, which is just called Mortal Kombat, which was the 2009 version, and 10, which is X, and then 11. You won't go wrong. There
are 12 now, right? Or 13?
No,
which one are they in?
There are still 11, but
they,
as in I think his name is Ed Boon. Ed Boon and his team mastered the art of storytelling in video games, and also the fighting genre, because it's so fluid. Like I tried playing Street Fighter, the new one. No, this one, the story, the characters, the visual effects, you know what I'm talking about? Like just overall, you feel immersed in. That's what I like to play games. I like to pretend I'm the kid. Like, do you ever play Far Cry Primal?
Is that why you want a VR headset?
It would have been dope, but I'm on a budget. I'm balling on a budget. I'm not like
you're trying to.
Hey, but have you played Far Cry Primal?
That was like the first one, right?
No, fool. This is where you're a caveman.
Nah.
We'll talk about that next time.
Yeah. We got to get a video game on. So start thinking about that one. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Definitely peep out that Mortal Kombat 2021, whether it be on HBO Max or at the theater. I recommend it on theater because it was that good. And this has been another one, Adobros review. Remember, equal parts soy sauce
and vinegar. Adobros.
Done. See? There you go.